My reaction when I first received the call about the Lifetime Achievement Award was, I'm not done yet. And my name is Toni Tipton-Martin, and I am an award-winning author and editor-in-chief of Cook's Country magazine by America's Test Kitchen. I was introduced to the culinary world pretty early. I grew up in Los Angeles. My grandmother was a professional cook. I have fond memories of being in the kitchen with her.
Toni is a groundbreaking figure. Her work as an editor is historic. It offered a new narrative about who could write and talk about food.
My focus on African American foodways started way back with this first story that I wrote about Wally Amos of Famous Amos Cookies when I was back at the Little Weekly where I had my first job. When I was at the Los Angeles Times, there were so many lessons that I learned. And so when I got the invitation to work for the Plain Dealer, and I did not want to leave to go to Cleveland, but I knew that I would be the first Black food editor in the country. And that was really where I dug in my heels of advocacy. The most significant point in my career was the pursuit of the Jemima Code. Most people don't know that my father was murdered in Los Angeles in 1995. His loss forced me to go back and look at my life up to that point and what the important aspects of it were. I wanted to use the women of the Jemima Code as role models for young African Americans who were seeking to advance their culture and their identity. In the case of Jubilee and Juke Joints and my forthcoming book, I used a book proposal from the 30s. And I make sure that audiences understand that that's why the history tidbits are there. So you know not only how to change it if you want a different flavor profile, but you also have that attribution and the reference back to the originator.
Jubilee is the cookbook that changed my life. This cookbook was incredibly significant both for my career, but also for me on a personal level. It brought me back to African American cooking. It demonstrated Black food in a way that was so beautiful and so lively and so joyous. It is the most critical $30 I have spent in my life.
The Toni Tipton-Martin Foundation is a new iteration of a foundation that I formed in 2008. And I used the Julia Child grant to reorient that nonprofit to be more in line with my legacy of food journalism and writing and advocacy for the next generation of writers. It's so important to me to pave the way and ensure that there are more opportunities for young food journalists because, number one, I had that same support from Ruth and Edgerton and others. But also, I didn't like being alone, and I don't want any of them to be alone.